Okay.
And we are live once again for the 19th time. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to episode 19. Yes, you heard it right. This is 19th episode. We are 1 month in to our show, Carlos.
Hmm?
We're
Yeah.
we're 1 month in. Are you tired of doing it now? You ready to say it was a nice run? Let's are you want to keep going and see how far this will take us?
Not keep going. Like right now we're like in the and the episodes are gonna get better and better from here. It's the summer. Athletes they're active. They're active in the summer, so it should be a fun summer, especially for this podcast.
And we're gonna have a lot of episodes coming up in this
Yes,
summer too.
during the
We're gonna
week.
try, yeah, we're gonna try to take advantage of of them having this extra free time.
Yep.
You know, I wish adults would get summer vacation, but
But there's
you
no
know,
such thing.
it is what it is. Um, what I don't like is why do you put these kids back in the hottest month of the year in August? You send them back to school in August. That makes no sense whatsoever. So, if any of the individuals that run these school districts can answer me this question as to why in the jail do you send these kids back in the hottest month of the year? I never understood it because I went to school when I went out on vacation. I didn't come back to Labor Day weekend.
Really.
Yeah,
Mm.
that Tuesday, we're back in September.
Oh
So
wow.
I don't know what's going on with this this new era. They got it backwards.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm with the youngins on this one. There's two things that I'm with them on. Why y'all bringing them back? Why y'all bringing them back in August? And why y'all giving them homework? Like that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
You be in school for 7 hours a day, and you want them to have school at home? That makes no sense.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous.
I never understood homework. Even when I was in school, I never understood homework. Like adults don't even have homework.
No, they don't. Well,
We never bring our work home. Never, unless you work from home. But
yeah,
still,
obviously.
you never bring your work home.
Yeah.
So answer those two questions, and we'll be good. But we got some quick takes as to what's going on in the world of sports right now. So, if unless you've been living under a rock, as I've been saying since this show started, that Oklahoma City was going to make it to the finals. Like I've been saying it. Um, we got past guests that want to disagree,
Yeah.
and I'm like, come on now. There's no team left in the playoffs that's going to beat them. So it's just a matter of time, just the formalities, We gotta have the NBA finals. We gotta finish this Knicks Pacers series before we can give Shy Gilgis Alexander the finals MVP. OKC, their first NBA title. Not only count the Seattle one because that's Seattle's.
Yeah, that's Seattle.
If
Seattle
okay, the
OKC.
city of Oklahoma City, who's been supporting that team
Oh, they are.
since '08,
Yep.
hardcore. They even supported the New Orleans Hornets when they came over there during Hurricane Katrina, and they sold out that arena. So that city deserves
It's passionate. Really
that
passionate.
title. They're passionate. They're
Yeah,
great fans. The loudest arena in the NBA.
I agree on
It's
that.
just a matter. It's just a matter of time,
Yep.
unless Tyrese Halliburton does the unthinkable and plays out of his mind times 10 and makes the upset of the I'll say of all time.
Oh wow, all
And
time. Hmm.
yeah, the
All right.
upset of all time. Man, OKC is gonna be heavy favorites.
They are.
Who
And they are right now.
they're already right now, but whoever they face, they're gonna be heavy favorites to win it all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. OKC is a dangerous team out in the West. That fan base is a passionate fan base. Oklahoma City is a small market. A lot of people don't really respect OKC because they're in a small market. You know, they do have Shea Alexander, but they are definitely an underrated fan base that should be mentioned a lot more because their stadium, their arena at the Paycom Center, it gets electric. It gets electric every home game, and they have home court advantage in the NBA Finals. So they have games 1, 2, 5, and 7 at home. That's a real dangerous place to play.
Yep. And I hate when I can't think of people's names, but I think it's Presley, the GM over there in OKC. Um, if there's a living proof about sticking to the program, having patience, building the right way, he is a prime example of it. He's done it twice. Like he's built two championship caliber teams twice in his tenure.
Yeah,
So he's about to get up there with the likes of like Jerry West as far in as an executive.
mm,
Um, and looks like he's about to build a dynasty. They're young. They have a chance to repeat the Golden State Warriors. Um, I mean, they built similar through the draft.
yeah,
They got the right personnel, the right coaches there, and who knows? Um, they're about to mark my words. The live by the three, die by the three era is dying out. Um, we're gonna talk about that on another show in depth.
yes.
But that era is about to die out, and it's about to go back to what, as you guys call us, old heads, been crying. I shouldn't say crying, but crying about all the time. Is getting back to the mid range. Move the ball, get shots in the paint. It's about to get back to that because
Yeah,
that's OKC style, and what it's a copycat league. So when they start winning off 2 or 3 championships in a row, everybody's going to adopt that play style.
yeah.
So, and then, as I've said yesterday, I didn't tell Carlos this, but I knew Indiana was going to sell that game yesterday to win it at home, just so they can make it out of New York.
Yeah.
Um, so I think they're going to close it out tomorrow,
Okay.
and then next week we'll have Pacers and
OKC.
OKC. What is your opinions on them taking shots at Paul George?
Paul
Talk,
George.
talking about Paul George created two championship teams by them both trading him.
Hmm. I never heard of that. First of all, but
Really?
second, no, no. But second
You
of all,
you, you
what?
have to go in depth. You have to go back to when both of these franchises traded Paul George, and you got assets that built up to where they're at now. Most
Wait,
recent is
wait, who
OKC.
the Pacers and OKC?
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I think I remember. Yeah, obviously, Paul George played for the Pacers, was a young star, played in OKC. But yeah, I think I see it there. Yeah, I think I see it.
But we don't have but it's not a topic, so we're not going to go in depth on it.
Yeah, it's just a quick take.
But um, and then we have the Stanley Cup Finals rematch from last year.
We're back at it again.
Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers 2 years in a row. Yeah, your Florida Panthers, you know.
Yeah,
But one thing that I will say is Florida is dominating the hockey scene.
they are.
The last what?
5 years, I think. It's
I
been
think it's
all
five.
Florida.
No, it's more than that. Last 6 years.
Really?
It's
Uh,
been
I think so.
uh, la-
Yeah.
it's been Florida dominating.
Yeah, I know Tampa and now the Florida Panthers. But yeah, the
But they
rematch.
but they
Hmm?
said of all the states out here in the last what? I think they went back 10 years. They even included the Heat in this.
Yeah.
As Florida's been in the championship game more 13. I think it was like 12, 13 times, and that's more than every state in the United States is
Wow.
Florida. So,
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. The Stanley Cup Finals rematch. Yeah, Edmonton won game 5. Game 5. Yes, they won game 5 in Dallas. They won pretty good, and they won the Western Conference Finals. But I wanted to show something on the podcast here. This is a picture of Matthew Tkachuk and Connor McDavid from last year's
hold
state.
hold on, hold on. This is a momentous moment, guys.
Yes,
Before we bring our guest on today, I got to say, Carlos,
yes.
finally
How do you do this?
uploading content onto the show.
Yes.
He's finally acting as a host. So good. He hates when I do this to him, but good
But
job.
yes, so this was from Game 7. This was from Game 7 last year, when the Florida Panthers won, and Matthew Kachuk, who plays for the Florida Panthers, Connor McDavid, the captain of Edmonton, they were in the handshake line, and Matthew Kachuk basically saying, as you can see, hopefully we'll see you next year in it. And guess what? They're back at it again. So it aged well. Yeah, so basically it aged well. Okay. Yeah, so basically it aged well. And a lot of people are doubting Edmonton because they like struggled in the first round against LA, the Kings. Um, but they got through it. They got through it, and now they're Western Conference champs, taking on the Eastern Conference champs. The only difference, though, Edmonton does have home ice in this one. They have games 1, 2, 5, and 7 at home. So especially Edmonton, they have a home ice advantage to the max. Like Canada, there is Canada basically versus USA again. And Edmonton, Rogers Place over in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It is hectic, wild. It is a wild atmosphere, and it's going to be dangerous for the Panthers to enter there for games 1, 2, 5, and 7. It's going to be really dangerous.
But we'll see.
Yes,
And I got one more thing to say before
yes,
we bring our guest on because he's itching to get on here.
yes.
I can see he's foaming at the mouth. He's ready to go. No, he's not literally foaming at the mouth, guys. That's just a figure of speech. I just want to give a rebuttal to my boy Transformer on the Format podcast.
All
I
right.
didn't get a chance to give my rebuttal. We were talking we were talking about one on one players, and it was about Tracy McGrady's comments that he made about the best one-on-one players and how it doesn't translate to winning. And I called in and I said that teams that are successful has the balance of teamwork and has that one-on-one play when you know when they have that one-on-one player when they need those matchups, and when it comes down to crunch time, you need that guy to go get a bucket. You
Yeah.
need that balance, and those teams that have it have been successful.
Yeah.
And some idiot in the chat made a comment about LeBron being the most clutch player of all time, this, that, and the third team, blah 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 blah. And it
Hmm.
was and it was you know, what they always do, talk crap about Kobe Bryant. They love bringing up Kobe Bryant's name
Hmm.
in this. And so I made my rebuttal on that, and I call on them, made my remarks on that about having the balance, and teams that have had that successful balance have won it multiple times versus other people who does it one way. And so I'll finish my call and I go back. And then Transformer runs in and says and runs down everything, highlight everything about LeBron James.
Hmm.
And I just want to say this to him
Okay.
because they watch my episodes on replay.
Okay.
Not once did I mention I'm exhausted about talking about that dude, so that's why I didn't bring him. I didn't bring him up. Um, but however, regardless, yes, technically has the most fourth quarter points. Yeah, I think he averaged like 8.9 or something like that, higher than everybody else. That is true and all that. Fine. However, the end result is the wins. Is at the end of the day, and the guys that you're saying that what you're trying to say is partially correct because the guys that you're saying that he averaged more points than won more than him. And but that subject wasn't even about LeBron James. It was about 1v1 play. But like he tries to do since he became a Laker is defend him at all costs, which I don't understand. And I just want to say, Transformer, let it go. Like no one's buying it. No one cares. All they care about is the end results. Is who won more and who won the championships. That's all that matters to everybody.
All right.
So let's just cut that out. Now, with that being said, um, we have just like always, we bring elite athletes on our show, right?
Yes, we do.
And we have another one today.
Yeah, we do.
It's no secret. You see the thumbnail. You watch the intro of the show. Toward the end, you
He's
see
the
him
last
pointing.
one. The
You see
last
him, yeah. We saved the
player.
best for last. He's pointing, and then when he points, the sign comes up to let y'all know. Be Ready Sports Podcast is coming on. That's why that one is last.
Hmm. Okay.
My man is pointing and letting y'all know. Get ready for the show. So he's there. He's ready to get on. Let's not keep our audience waiting.
Yes.
So let's let's let them know who we bringing on today.
All right. Tonight's guest, it's a class of 2031 basketball player from Miami, Florida. Currently plays for Florida Rebels whenever he plays nationally. His local team, Miami Storm, is teammates with a previous guest on this podcast, Justin J2 Armstrong. You can go check that out, like in the previous podcast. But now, let's welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, Liam Alfonso.
Hello, everybody.
Liam. What's good? Welcome back to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, and welcome to your episode. Yeah, Em did a we did a he did a crash appearance on Justin's show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um, so we kind of set that up. Me and Liam did,
All right.
but welcome to the show officially, Liam.
thank you.
So you're about ready to get on summer break, man. How was that? How you feel about that? You ready?
I'm excited.
And this is when the competition gets at its peak for the year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's prepping for nationals in August. You're getting ready for your seeding and all that. S- So before Carlos starts his interview, what without giving the secrets away, what are you doing to prep for that?
Just working really.
And he see man a few words. He said just working,
Yep. You got
just working, just working, just working. So we've been working too
yes.
behind the scenes to make sure you have a kick-ass episode.
Yes. We
So
have.
so Carlos, so you ready to get this show on the road?
Of course.
So, so one thing I want you to say is
Yes.
tell the audience, Liam, a little bit about you before we dive into your story.
All right. So my name's Liam. Obviously, I'm 12, and I just like to play basketball.
All right.
Short but sweet. He just loved to play basketball.
Yep. He
Uh,
does.
all right, Carlos,
Yes.
let's get it.
Let's get
You have any
underway.
questions for him?
Oh no, I don't. No.
Oh, you're fired.
No.
And mute your
Yeah.
mic.
No, and I do it, and I actually do. Okay. So first question, Liam, which side of the ball you like playing better, offense or defense?
I prefer. I like both, but I prefer defense. It's more exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Defense
Defense
wins
wins.
games.
Well, defense wins championships. Offense
Oh
wins
yeah.
games. Yeah. Offense wins games. Defense wins championships. All right. So what's your favorite thing about playing basketball?
I like to. You could hang out with your friends and all that stuff. It's fun, really.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's about having fun. That in every sport, you gotta have fun. Basketball, football, soccer, baseball. You gotta have fun. Like in order to succeed, you gotta have fun.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you first start playing basketball?
Originally in first grade, YMCA with like all my friends, and we won that year too.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
YMCA. You gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
YMCA. Who do you idolize your game to?
I idolize Giannis just because the way he plays defense, the way he gets to the hole,
He
and
gets
the
to
way
the
he's like
rack.
an anchor on his team.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah.
I can understand why he say Giannis because if you watch Liam play, his game is similar to his.
Yeah.
Like, you hardly ever see Liam take jump shots. That boy always going to the rack.
Always going to the
Pretty.
rack.
I
Yep.
can't wait when he gets over the rim because boy, watching Liam dunk on somebody is gonna feed families.
Feed families. All right. What are your goals in basketball for basketball?
For me, it's really just to make the NBA. I
All
mean,
right. Yeah. You got to dream big to, yeah, dream big. All right.
exactly.
So, what are your strengths as a basketball player?
My strengths are, playing defense, getting to the hole, and those are like my two major strengths.
Okay. What's been the most valuable lesson you've learned from a coach?
The most valuable lesson is that effort is non-negotiable. If you're not working, if you're not trying, you're not gonna play.
That is very true. Yep. If you don't give effort, you can't get in. How do you handle pressure in a game?
Really, I just don't, you know, get into my head and like worry about it that much. I just keep
Yeah.
playing.
Okay. I like it. What are your favorite hobbies or interests outside of basketball?
Hanging out with my friends and playing, video games would be my
Video
hobbies.
games? All right. What are your favorite video games?
I like 2K, FC 25. Really, just like any sport game.
Any sports game?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this past week they released the features for college football 26. Yeah, man, they're upgrading the game big time. Yeah, go Panthers. But yeah, they added some new songs to the game. They added Sandstorm, South Carolina, Mr. Brightside from Michigan. shipping up to Boston for Notre Dame, Seven Nation Army for Ohio State, and they're gonna add a Fiend by Travis Scott in the song. So yeah, so they're upgrading the game big time, and I can't wait when it comes out in July.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool.
And
yeah,
this is for you serious football heads out there.
yes,
Um, they're updating the gameplay in Madden as well, which is going to be more scheme focused. So it's going to expose y'all that think you can play but really can't.
hmm,
It's really going to expose who the serious Madden players are and the ones that are not. You know how some people just get lucky; they just find that one or two plays that they're just really good at,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then they just that's going to be in the past. Now it's going to be all about scheming. It's all
yeah,
going to be about scheme. Is you have to be able to. So all of the serious football heads are gonna love that.
yeah, most
And
yeah,
definitely.
another thing is if you're pay attention to detail in college football 26 is they're going to um, keep the weather based on the time of the year and the region. So if it's 7 p.m. on the West Coast, it's not going to be at night. If it's in September,
Hmm,
it's still going to be in the day. And then the sun. Then you have of course, the sunset as the game goes along. But if it's in November in Indiana, then of course 7 prime time 7:30. It's going to be night, and it'll probably be cold. So
yes, most yeah, all the time it's cold up in the north. In
yeah.
November, yeah, it gets crazy. Yeah, speaking about the night games, that's the one thing I saw the most in their trailer that their night games are gonna be much more better. Like they're gonna have drone shows, fireworks. They're gonna have
yeah,
like the light shows whenever a team scores a touch, the home team scores a touchdown. So yeah, so they're definitely upgrading it big time. And plus,
yeah,
the coaches are going to be part of the game as well. Coach Mike Norvell, Florida State will be on it. Georgia State's head coach will be a part of it. But I did hear on social media that Coach Prime and Bill Belichick they're not going to be in the game.
it has a lot to do with party. Has to be a lot to be about technical things
Yeah.
behind the scenes, like pay and rights and all that.
Yeah.
But one last thing, then we'll move on with
Yes.
the interview. Is also it's going to be more realistic based on the coaches' schemes as well.
Mhm.
So especially in the NFL, you know they, how what's the Lions coach name?
Matt Campbell.
Yeah, you know how he likes to go forward on fourth and
Yes,
inches in
he's a
there.
gutsy head coach. Yep.
So if you're in franchise mode and you playing him, be prepared for him to go for it on fourth and it's not like in the past where the if you playing against the CPU and it gets boring and nobody likes to play against the CPU because they do the same thing every game.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be more realistic based on the coach's scheme. Like if you go up against Spag and if you on and you going up against Spag, be prepared to if it's third and long, he's gonna blitz you.
Hmm.
Third and long, he's gonna blitz you. Prepare for that blitz. So
Yeah. Got to be ready for anything. All right. So back to the interview. All right. So if you could meet any sports athlete, who would it be and why? Money's why.
Giannis, just because I want to be like him. I idolize him, and he's just a good person to me.
He definitely is. Off the court, he's a really nice person.
Yeah,
Yes, most definitely. All right, so how do you prepare for a game?
I would either be talking to my friends or like stretching before.
Okay, I like it.
talking to your friends and stretching. So we got a big game going. You see, you see your homie in the crowd. You're just gonna walk over there and dap him up, like, "Hey, what's up?"
No, like my teammates. Not
Oh, your teammates.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
You
Let
just
me
said you just said
teammate.
friends.
Hmm,
I was about to
teammates,
say.
friends.
So
No,
yeah,
that's
he'll make. I can just picture him making it to the league, and before tip off, he in the stands saying what's up to
yeah.
his boys. in the 10th row.
In the
Like,
tenth
Liam, let's go
row.
get your butt on the court and warm up.
Yeah. All right. So, how do you handle criticism? Like, how do you handle like how do you say it? Trash talk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would really just like let my game on the court talk. You know.
I love it. I like it.
Yeah,
What? Mhm.
on Jay when we was on Justin's episode, um we was like rate your trash talk between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
10 being, 10 being
Yeah.
Draymond,
Yeah. Obviously,
1 being you just a puppy,
not
you
talk.
don't talk trash, you just, let your game talk, do it. And before he even gave his answer, I was like, Liam ain't really no trash talker. He just go bust your head
Yeah. He.
and then clamp you up on defense, like get a key block and just laugh at you and just go back on there. He'll piss you off like Tim Duncan pisses you off. And then he'll probably say some one liners like, man, that's easy. He's like, oh, that's it? That's all you got? Oh, uh,
Then that starts a whole ordeal.
now, yeah, but
Those
but
one liners.
his PG on the other hand do the trash talking for both of them.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. His PG will go out there and he'll 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 like hit a quick dime and then give him the look and look them up and down like they just like what is wrong with you? What made you decide to come out here and guard me? Like
Yeah, like
like he
taunting him.
yeah, he does a trash talking for both of them. But they're both phenomenal players, so I'm not dissing neither one of them. They both phenomenal players. I'm just like when you guys go to ball on the beach, don't try when you play the Florida Rebels, number 11 and Liam, don't trash talk those two guys because they're gonna take turns busting your head. I'm just giving y'all fair warning.
Yeah, ball on the beach in June, most definitely. All
Let
right.
me.
So, what is your favorite basketball memory?
It would be my first AAU tournament win. You know.
All right. Yeah, when
Hey,
your
hey man, no, Liam, you're not gonna just say, oh, my first tournament win. You just be like, okay, so I mean, this is not how we work on the show. You gotta tell us
I
why, man.
yeah, why?
because all right. So before, like the team wasn't that good. It was harder. Like the competition was harder for the team since we weren't working together.
Yeah.
And then when we finally won, it was exciting for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Winning your first tournament is definitely special. It's definitely special winning your first ever tournament. I remember that moment. It's really special. What is your biggest achievement in basketball?
He told me it was dunking on J2.
Duncan.
Yeah,
That's the biggest achievement.
That could
yeah.
be.
He
Yeah.
said they had a competition on the mini hoop and he windmilled on them. He said he said
Windmill
he was
dunked it
talking.
on.
Yeah, he said he was talking cash money after they played 1-on-1 for real. So they went on the mini hoop and he just windmilled on them. And he said that was his
Wow.
biggest achievement on J2 show.
Yeah.
All right.
My biggest achievement will be probably like all the MVPs I won. Everybody
All
knowing
right.
I'm the best.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. You see, yeah, he's finally coming out of his shell. I'm
There we
like,
go.
yeah,
Talk your stuff. MVP. You got the resume.
look,
You win
yeah.
MVPs.
He said he got multiple MVPs.
Yeah.
Now he said that he the best.
Yeah.
Talk that talk, George. No, I'm just kidding.
George. George. All right. How do you keep your confidence levels high? Like how do you keep your confidence on the basketball court?
So I wouldn't really like think like that much. I wouldn't like put myself down that much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like let's how can I word it?
Like you play freely, basically.
Yeah.
Play freely. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't get into my head.
Yeah,
I
and
see that.
y'all will see from the highlights later on in the show
Yes,
what
most
he
definitely.
talking about,
Yes, that'll be
and
later
then
on the show. Yeah.
you'll see this nice assist that he gave to his point guard that laced the wide open three.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's in the highlight too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be later on in the show.
Yeah.
All right. So Liam, what is your training slash practice schedule like during the week?
So if I have a practice, I'll go to the practice. If I don't, I have like a basketball hoop in a complex, and I would just go there and start working.
All right. I like it. Yep. You gotta stay active. If
Yeah,
there's practice, go to practice. If there's no practice, you train.
yeah.
Besides basketball, what other sport would you try and why?
I haven't. I already played, but soccer because I'm pretty good on defense. I'm fast. I'm strong, and I can probably make it far as well.
All right. Hey, soccer too. You can make it far in soccer.
Yeah,
All right. Yes. Yes. Soccer. You gotta be fast. You gotta have that footwork. Yeah. Most definitely. W-
One hold on,
Well.
I'll be right back. I
all
gotta
right.
take care of the dog real quick.
Okay. But do you want me to continue the interview?
No, Carlos, I want you to sit there and just stare at the audience until I get back.
I'm gonna just roll with the interview. All right, Liam. So while Tony's gone, yeah. So soccer. Yeah, definitely. All right. So why soccer?
It's fun, and also like all my friends play there, so I get to see them every day, but practically after
All right.
school.
Uh, do you plan to like take soccer like seriously, or is that like for fun?
It's for fun, but like I'm pretty good at it. So if I wanted to, I could take it seriously.
All right. Yeah. 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 That's good. Yeah. Because if you really wanted to, like, you can get a offer from basketball and soccer, like from
Yeah,
different schools. All right. So, uh, do you listen to like pregame songs?
I wouldn't. I don't listen to pregame music really. I'm
Nah.
just like no.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. All right. So, okay. So you play on Florida Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So you play nationally. Played a lot of tough teams, right?
Yes.
What was the toughest team you faced?
The toughest team was probably Trayman Elite, just because they have good shooters, good players, and they have also pretty big centers as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, Trey Man Elite, they're one of the best programs in Florida, in the state of Florida. Um, they've got elite teams in every level, even if it's from fourth grade up to like 17U. Like they've got an elite program, elite teams on every level, and yeah, they're a very elite team.
yes,
Man, how long is Tony gonna be out for? All right, so that that's it for me for questions. But we
all
got to
right.
keep the show rolling here. Okay, so oh, there he
There
is.
you
Yep.
Really, Carlos, you can
Yeah.
handle it.
Well, and I did ask the questions and try to extend it longer. And
Man, you don't tell the people. Oh, you if you're on the show by yourself, you don't be like, "Oh, well, that's the end of the questions." I think I have to keep the show rolling. Everybody gonna cut it off.
why?
Like, what this dude? I was like, "What this dude talking about?"
go. Gotta get a replacement.
Oh wow,
Dang, look, they already
Liam.
asked for a
I'm playing. I'm
replacement.
playing.
No, don't do my man Carlos like that.
I'm
Yeah,
playing.
nah.
All right, so before we get into go into show and tell, Mr. MVP, multiple MVP. Which MVP is your favorite, Liam?
I mean, I the for rewards like how it looks. Probably like my. Let's see. I don't really know. I like them all.
You don't have no favorite. The one don't stand out in front more than the other.
No, not really. I don't have like all of them on me right now, so I can't really like show. But
That's all right. We got show and tell. We got show and tell later. You need to do like your boy J2 did on his episode. He sat in his trophy room.
Yeah.
So he just had it like right behind you. He just show y'all how great he is.
Yeah.
He just like Jewels did too, and
Yeah,
Ian, man, they just had him right behind him.
yeah,
Like so for
I have like,
future guests,
I have like one in here, right?
so future guests that's coming on this show,
yes.
be like Justin, be like Jewels, be like Ian. Put your trophies behind you before you go live. So when it's you can just go bam, look.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
It's a really good background too.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still waiting for Carlos to show his.
Hmm? Yeah, I'm not in my room right now, so I'm not right now. But
Man, this dude, if you go in there, man, it'll look like it looks like that's the
museum.
Mike. That's the purpose of the Be Ready Sports podcast to flex. That's the purpose of the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
Is to flex and tell everybody your story and tell
yeah,
everybody, put yourself known out there. Like this is who I am. That's why
Yeah.
you go on a podcast at the beginning with to flex.
yeah. Put out your story. Put out your accomplishments. Be proud of it.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
yeah. Like my man J2 when he bust out that humongous cup that was bigger than his head. That dude is
Really?
funny. That dude
Yeah.
is funny. Um, so are you ready to move on to the next portion of the show, Liam?
Yes, I am.
Because we got unfinished business, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember you made some dude do push-ups,
Oh, yes, I do.
and then some dude had the nerve to try to debate me on Gary Payton and Kyrie. This dude is funny. Should I bring him out here, or should I leave him backstage?
Leave him backstage.
Damn.
Now I'm playing. Bring him on.
Liam said leave you. Liam said leave you backstage.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Surprise him on.
Hey,
There
They'll
he
get to it.
is.
just had to rep my Knicks. Know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson just had to come on here. The Knicks colors.
Oh yeah, he sure is repping the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Carry over Peyton.
that's cap. Okay,
Yeah, no.
that's cap.
He didn't do his research.
Anybody that says Kyrie over Peyton is living in what we call modern day um, nostalgia. You're just on you're just a fan of the modern day.
Okay. Well,
You're just a fan of you're just a fan of the modern day.
yeah.
Um and yes, yes he makes big shots. He got a lot of flashing moves. This, that, and the third. Not taking nothing away from. Like I've said before, when I was talking, because see, you young kids, when y'all say that another player is better than another player, y'all just take it as man. You're saying that my dudes suck. That's how y'all. That's what y'all hear. Which y'all need to get it together and have active listening. Like when your coach gives you a play, active listening, Justin. Active listening. Like no one's saying no one's saying that Gary Payton is going to hold him to 0 points a game.
It's gonna be like
Yeah,
40. Right?
yeah, yeah. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Um, he Kyrie will get some points, but he's going to work for every single one of them.
Yeah, he'll work for 40.
He's going to
Yeah.
work. He's going to work for every single one of them, and Gary Payton's going to bust his head on the other end too.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is very true.
That is
Nah.
not true. We'll
If
have a
he
whole show dedicated to
who's a better defender, Kyrie or Kobe?
Carry Kobe.
Kobe.
And he averaged 30 on Kobe.
Okay.
So what do you think? What do you think he's going to do to Kyrie?
Who's better at offense? Kyrie
Kyrie or who?
or Gary Payton?
You hear this dude? You better don't be Gary Payton. You-
Kyrie's better at
you-
the game of basketball than Gary Payton.
Okay. What do you know about Gary Payton to make that comment?
that Gary Payton will not lock up Kyrie. I did
That's
my
an
research.
that's an opinion, but what have you learned about Gary Payton to back that statement up, though?
That Kyrie's the greatest guard of all time.
That's still an opinion. But what have you done
He didn't do his research.
to back
No,
up
you
that
didn't do your
statement?
research.
Me,
Yes, you.
I'm not the one saying Gary Payton is worse than Kyrie.
You haven't said anything, as a matter of fact.
That
What's
on
your
me.
opinion?
Go at it.
Folks, this is what we call deflecting. He's deflecting to the guest of the show. That's what Justin's doing. When I told you that we were going to have this conversation when you came back on today, I told you, Justin. I said do your research on Gary Payton. So when you come back on, we'll do a quick little 5 minutes, so we don't hightail the show on this subject. And you didn't do your homework.
Kyrie's better. Sorry.
That's an opinion.
No, it's fine.
Opinions only matter to the person who gave them.
Exactly.
What are you? Okay. All right, guys.
So
Triple team me. It's okay.
and nobody's triple teaming you. This is just between me and you.
And Kyrie's better.
How?
You do what do you say? How what are your
What you say Kyrie's better, and
yeah.
how is he?
Give me a
Explain
fact that
explain to
Gary
me how explain to me how he's better.
you explain to me how he's better.
How who's better?
Gary Payton.
Oh, so you want me to go? You want me to ask you a question, and then so you don't have to answer your question, the question I gave you, but you want me to answer why
Yeah.
Gary Payton is can you want me to answer that one? Okay, Kyrie is dominant on one side of the ball, offense. That's it.
Okay. Well,
He's. You told me to answer, and I'm answering. Like he's dominant on offense,
how many
and
championships does Gary
he
have?
he's dominant on offense. He has zero, and you know why he has zero. He ran into Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Facts.
That's why he got
Well,
that's why
Ky-
he had zero.
Kyrie ran
He
into
made but I'm answering your question, but he made it there on a tougher Western Conference at the time when there were juggernauts across the board. He had an undersized shooting guard as his running mate in Hersey Hawkins, and he had arguably one of the most athletic big men that don't get the credit that he deserves in Sean Kemp. And with those two pieces, you know, he led that team through that Western Conference to the NBA Finals. And of course, he didn't win because he ran up against Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know, he didn't he impacts both sides of the ball. He can play team defense and he can take on the other team's number one offensive weapon, whether he's a point guard or a small forward, and he can shut him down.
is Gary
He
Payton
can shut
locking
him
down?
down by
Is he locking down prime LeBron on
he
the
can shut
Cavs?
him he can shut him down.
Uh, okay.
In his prime, yes.
Well,
Yes,
you
he
said
can, and he gives him the work on the other end. You put a small guard on him, he can take him down in the paint and foul him out. You put a bigger guy on him, he can use his speed, get to the rack, or pull up from the mid range or hit the three. He can play on all three levels.
okay.
On
Well,
He's the more complete player than Kyrie. The only thing
that's
Kyrie has over him is the flashy handles. That I give him.
Kyrie can shoot way better
That's
than
that's
Gary
an
Payton.
opinion. That's an
Okay,
opinion. That is an opinion, not a fact.
okay. Well,
Anybody says that Kyrie is just going to destroy Gary Payton don't know anything about GP at all.
all right. Well, Kyrie and LeBron played against the best Golden State team of all time. Okay, and then they won. Let's say, and then Gary Payton played against the best Bulls team of all time. Okay, and they lost. The Golden State record had a way better, not a way better. The Golden State record had a 1 point or more one game than Michael Jeffrey Jordan's best season. They have the all time leading um, regular season games. So you could argue that the Golden State team was better, right? I don't think that, but you could argue that.
You can make that. You can make that argument. It's not going to hold water, but you can make that argument on regular season wise.
Yeah,
They
so
struggled in the playoffs
that's fair.
in every round. The Bulls didn't.
That's very fair. They struggled every round, but they still had 3 championships, correct?
Which one?
Okay.
Which team?
The Golden State Warriors.
Up
Okay.
to that point. Up to that point.
Yes.
Did they have three yet?
Or they had
No,
one.
no. They only had one at that time.
Yeah, they had one at that time, but they were still like becoming a dynasty. And then LeBron and Kyrie beat them. How many times did Gary Payton go into the NBA Finals?
One.
That team went once.
Once, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many championships does Gary Payton have?
Zero.
Mm.
Okay, there's my point.
Well, I'm gonna jump in. He did win one with the Heat back in '06, but
Okay, he did.
No, we're talking about prime Gary.
oh,
Payton.
okay, okay,
We're talking about prime. We're talking about prime Gary
okay,
Payton.
prime Gary Payton. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna let. Yeah, I'm not gonna let this
I'm not
pass.
letting it slide. He went up against, you know, obviously the one that's debated as the greatest basketball player of all time, and Michael Jordan. That's that. But doing, but watch that. But watch that finals. Like, yeah, but you gotta watch. You gotta watch that finals. Gary Payton gave Pippen and Jordan the business
He
in
did.
in that whole series.
Okay.
Two, I'm not taking anything away from that 3-1 comeback, but you take away a team's defensive anchor in Draymond Green and one of their key pieces in the paint in Andrew Bogut, who got hurt in that series, that shifted it.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Arguably, Steph Curry is not an on-ball defender. That was a tough shot, but he hit that over Steph Curry. Not
He still
not
hit that.
not a top ranked defender.
You could argue that he'll hit that over Gary Payton too, though.
You can make the argument. You can make the argument, but it's your opinion, your
How,
hearsay
how
or
big
not.
was
He's
how
not.
big is Payton?
He's never faced a point guard that's 6'4", 210 that could defend like him. He hasn't faced a defender like that.
You could
He
argue
hasn't.
that.
He hasn't. Who in the league? Who in the league is? What name one point guard in the league that's known as on ball defender that's 6'4", 210?
Drew Holiday.
Who?
Drew Holiday. Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard's not a point guard. He's a small.
Why is
That's
a
fair.
small forward?
That's fair. Drew Holiday.
Last time they faced Drew Holiday, where was he at? Milwaukee. Did Milwaukee? And that year he was in what? The Net, New Jersey.
Mm,
No, they didn't play them.
did it?
They didn't play them that year. They got put out by Boston. who
Oh
actually
yeah,
did
Boston. You're right.
who did
Not.
actually did play physical defense on them in that whole series, and he shot his worst percentage of his career in that series too.
Mm-mm.
Him and KD, and they were playing aggressive defense on him.
All right. I stand by my argument. Kyrie's better than Gary Payton. That's not even in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. I'm not here to change I'm not here to change your opinion. I don't do that. But I'm here to just spit the facts to let you know that he's not. Y'all think on modern day nostalgia thinking he's gonna just steamroll and cook Gary Payton like he's a scrub, and he's not going to do that. He's not.
Okay.
You put him in a 7 game series, he may get one where he gets about 35, or he may get 41 game, but he's not going to do that consistently against the glove at all. And the glove can consistently average 30 on him
Absolutely not.
and put him in foul trouble.
One has Gary
You
Payton
could argue that.
ever been known as somebody to go and drop 35
He
a game?
he
Never.
doesn't he done it consistently. What are you talking about? I need
Okay.
you to do your research.
Then
He's
we
done
need to put why isn't Gary Payton in the
he's done
most
it he's
point
done it
guard?
consistently.
Okay. Okay.
He's done it consistently.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. All
Hey,
right.
but that Knicks gear looks good. I hope
Yeah.
I hope they can figure it out and get the Knicks to the championship
Hopefully, I
I want the
mean,
Pacers to
because
win.
Game 6 is gonna be
uh,
a huge game for New York.
Yep, most
if New
definitely.
York wins Game 6, I think they can come back 3-1.
And to the voice, what I'm saying is not opinions; they are facts.
Okay.
He. I just asked him who was a better defender, Kyrie or Kobe. He says Kobe. He averaged 30 on Kobe. Prime Gary Payton averaged 30 on Kobe.
Okay.
I'm just saying. All right, Liam, you ready for your show and tell?
Yeah.
You got any rebuttals on that, Carlos, before we move forward?
Rebuttals? No, I think everything was said. Everything was good.
It was
It's,
just a little friendly. It's just a little friendly
Right.
debate.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
obviously, yeah.
it's just to the point. Is what I'm trying to show the audience is you can make a debate of who you feel is better without shitting on the other player. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. Not once did I shit on Kyrie. Not once did I say Kyrie was a bum. Not once did I say Kyrie is not a strong player. No,
Yo, who's the voice?
I don't know. I don't know, but they're in here making crazy comments talking about I'm glazing Gary Payton and all that. See, that's when you make comments like that, that means you have nothing to stand on.
Yeah.
Because giving somebody they respect is not glazing. That is just some that is just a modern day idiotic comment that you make because you have nothing else to say.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Seti. So you ready to get your show and tell? Because I know J2 wants to get his revenge in the trivia because you made that man do push-ups on on a live stream.
Yeah, you're gonna do push-ups today.
He said
No,
he's
well,
coming on. He said he's coming. He said he's coming on for his revenge. All right. So what we're gonna do? We start off with, of course, the photos, and you tell us the backstory behind it. All right, Liam.
all right.
You sent me like 25 of them, so we're gonna try to run through them.
All right.
Dude, who is the voice, bro? This is insane. This guy is pulling out some comments.
Or do you say?
Yeah, I would tell him to click the link, but I'm not sure if I want him on here
Dude,
because
Thank
I don't need nobody coming on here talking ridiculous.
Yeah, like
I don't got
it's
buttons.
Liam's podcast, not a Gary Paymer's Kyrie podcast.
you.
So Liam, this is so like you what this was an all tournament
Yeah, the
from the
Alliance.
Alliance.
Yeah.
This is what we used with the Miami Storm
Yes. This was not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
maybe I think.
So tell us a backstory behind this.
Um, it wasn't that hard of a tournament, but our team wasn't playing as good as they should have been. But players stepped up and we managed to get the win.
Yeah, but you got the all tournament. What did you do to get the banner?
I played good defense. I got a couple assists, some steals, points.
Okay. And now let's get to number two. This one is really recent.
E-
Everybody loves to take a picture in front of this.
ESPN, the Globe.
I think. Didn't you take a picture in front of this, Carlos?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Once. Everybody, yeah, everybody likes to take pictures in front of this. I haven't yet to do that. I don't think I ever will.
Hmm. You probably. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nah, but everybody that goes there takes a picture in front of this. But this was at the Memorial Day tournament, right?
Yeah,
It was last
this
weekend.
weekend. Or yeah, last weekend.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. You was over there showing out.
Yeah, I was playing pretty good, and we were I think leaving, so we just had to get a quick picture.
We, Liam, you were like too honest. He said, "Oh yeah, we took this. We was just leaving. We took a. Tell us about the event, man. The
Oh
backstory. Not that you were leaving and we decided to take a picture.
Dude.
They don't want to. The fans don't want to hear that. They want to hear the backstory because you're gonna see the clips from this tournament later.
oh yeah.
When he did a good pass to a wide open point guard that was wearing number 11 who laced a wide open three.
The tournament was fun. We didn't play the best. We could play a lot better, but overall it was fun, and like hanging out with everybody at the hotels too. It was fun.
Dre cooked our.
Justin, why did you make that face when you said that?
Because we got in trouble for cooking a room.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right, I'm not gonna have y'all put that on blast on the live stream. I ain't gonna have y'all put that on blast. And this one, tell me the backstory on this because you sent this to me, so I was gonna put it on the episode. If you're embarrassed, I'm sorry.
Whoa, pause.
I'm pretty sure that was my when in like first grade when I won the YMCA, like the league,
Must
when
be
our
nice.
team won.
And that's your pops right there.
Yeah,
It's Big Alex. Shout out to Big Alex. He looks very proud of you in this moment. So this your one of your first trophies that you won?
probably yeah.
Man, you're the first one that ever came on here and wasn't afraid to show pictures from when they first started. You know, Justin didn't do that. He didn't show no pictures from when he first started, when he was on here. Oh, he's right there. My bad, JT.
Oh, yeah, you knew
So,
that.
and it looks like what your team name was it the Heat?
Well, I think every team is like called the Junior Heat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's YMCA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Every team is called the Junior Heat. That's you learn something every day.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like your first proudest moment,
yeah.
and I bet pops that's your proud. That was your first proudest moment too, right? Who knew that if he we get to the point where he is walking across that stage on draft night, We gonna have to save this picture. Yeah, we gonna have to show this in the Big Alex. We gonna have to show this when they talk about him, when they show the clips back, show this moment.
Yep.
Nice, my man cheesing right there too.
That'd be funny.
No, it'll be historic.
Yeah,
It'll be historic, man. Who knows? You might inspire somebody that's playing in the YMCA. Like, oh, they might be 10 years old, still playing in the. No, nah, let me. All right, I ain't gonna say that. But you might get somebody that's playing in the YMCA. You see, you cross the shade and you show like this picture again. Like I started in the YMCA and look where I'm at now by not giving up. You might inspire somebody.
probably.
Yeah. Like you inspired J too to hit wide open threes.
He's a very, very inspirational person. I want to be like him.
He always tells me that.
These
Yeah, 'cause
Carlos,
Liam's my goat.
Carlos, these two are really good friends. You can
Yeah, I
tell.
know. Yeah,
They,
yeah, yeah. I can tell.
yeah, I'm not. I just
Ooh, there he is. He's so tough.
what?
He's so tough. He's my goat.
There, nah.
Yeah,
Now
It
you on
gets to
border.
a point. It gets to a point.
Now
Though.
you're borderline glazing right now.
It gets to a point.
I'm definitely glazing.
What's going on here, man? What tournament is this?
It was the Memorial Weekend tournament as well.
So I can't read who you guys are playing. I can't read the
I think
name
it
of
was
that.
Space Coast Lightning.
Space Coast. Yeah.
So how did this game go?
We lost sadly. It was a close game, but we tried. We should have won by a lot more.
Sadie, come on, man. Let's keep our comments
Dude.
What
and,
is it?
Steady.
let's keep our. I don't want to have to suspend you, Sadie. Let's keep our comments.
What is Cedi do now?
You do.
Steady.
You
What
know,
does
What
Cedi do now?
are you talking about?
then let's not come in here talking like that, bro.
Mhm.
Coughing.
Um. So what happened? Why did you come on? What happened? How come you guys didn't pull this out? I know they're a tough team, but you
They're
got
not.
J2. You got J2 out there. The next Kyrie. I should have.
Yeah, there ain't no Gary Paytons here.
Oh, you're right. There is no Gary Payton's there.
There isn't.
You're right.
I don't know. We should have won that game. I guess we like gave up a little bit once they started getting the lead back. So
No, I can't do that. I hope y'all learned your lesson not to do that again.
yeah,
All right. And what's the backstory behind this one? This another MVP and all tournament.
yeah. Let me see if I can remember. I don't even remember when that was from, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I think that's my. Hold on. Oh, is that the ads? No, never mind.
You don't
It's,
remember which tournament this was?
no, I don't.
I don't think I was playing on his team.
I
The
think I
Oh,
think he
this is
was.
like no, this is like it's from a while back.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, come on, man, Liam, you got to remember the backstories of your photos, brother.
I
Well,
know. I know.
y'all remember this one
Oh
from the
yeah,
show intro.
that's
He's
Yeah.
last.
letting y'all know that the Be Ready Sports podcast is coming on. But when you took this photo, you weren't pointing at the Be Ready Sports sign, though. You were telling somebody to rotate on defense.
Yeah, it was.
Who was out of? Do you remember who was out of their spot?
I don't think so, but I think there was like someone like coming down the sideline, so I was telling someone to cover.
Yeah, communication is key, right, J2?
yeah, I remember it was a catch in the corner, and one of our bigs didn't step up, so he got blown by. So out. So Liam, he told one of our guards to come down, like to help him. and then I think we got the stop. I'm not sure though.
So your dad helped you. That was going back to this one. He said that was your alliance tournament.
I know that was Alliance, but I don't remember really like when it was.
Okay, that's fair. And I don't know. Do you want to see the last one? Because it's just you wiping the sweat off your face.
Not really much to talk about there. Just
Yeah,
What's the backstory behind this picture?
I think I was sweaty.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Just a player just wiping the sweat off his face.
yep. It basically shows it right there. So yeah.
Yeah,
Not much to talk. Not much to talk about there.
nothing much.
So you before we get into the footage, and we got some. You did send us some very nice footage. Um, what are your takes from the Memorial Day tournament that your guys had last weekend?
It was probably our worst tournament we've played, like as a team. We weren't hustling, we weren't playing defense, rebounding, missing easy shots. So it's really just a bad tournament.
Oh, you sound like looks like you're about to get in trouble. Uh, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you read it. I'm gonna let you read it.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, uh oh,
Oh.
Liam. Uh
I can go to it right now.
oh, Liam. You're gonna have to make it up. You're gonna have to make it up to her after the show.
I will.
J2. Liam said this is one of y'all worst tournaments. Why is he saying that?
I mean, personally, I needed to handle the ball better, but as a team, we just needed to give more effort, and effort shouldn't be in the question ever. I mean, that's our whole like focus point is as long as you're giving effort, you can stay on the floor. And some of our players weren't doing that. So as a team, I think we need to grow and get better. But individually, I think we just need to keep working and do what we do best, and that's stay in the gym. So as long as we do that, we should be good for our next couple tournaments, and I have a good feeling we're going to come out with some W's.
I think
I
he,
agree.
I think he's built for those for the media room. Don't you think, Carlos?
Yes, he is. PR trained and everything.
His PR trained up to a T, man. That was the greatest PR. Nah, I ain't gonna say it was a great PR answer, but
Please.
But it was a pretty good answer from his age. For his age.
no, that was a good that was a good answer.
Yeah, it was.
Like that was a good answer. I say he's ready for the media room
Yes, he is.
because they'll ask some ridiculous questions, try to bait you.
Yeah, I know those media questions. Like, yeah,
Like, which one of your teammates do you feel like didn't show up?
I'm not gonna. No
J
comment.
two.
No comment.
They'll ask you some stuff like that. Like,
Yes,
or they'll pull up they'll get the stat sheet up and say, oh, so and so had 3 turnovers, so and so had 4 turnovers. Do you think that attributed to your loss? See,
I'll be
see,
like, I'll be like, probably same answer. Honestly, just be like, "Yep, get back in the gym."
or he'll do a Rasheed Wallace. Both teams played hard.
yeah, like try and get around the question.
I'm
The
just here
Kawhi
so I don't.
Leonard laugh.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Both teams played hard.
Still, Kawhi Leonard just
No, let's get into the footage. But you guys got what 2 weeks for balling on the beach
Yeah.
to right the ship because you guys gonna be going against some this. Carlos, how many teams you says just in their division alone signed up?
A lot. I'm just gonna say that as a lot. Yeah. So the teams came out for Ball on the Beach, and there is a lot of teams. as
Do
usual.
do you
There's
know how much? Also,
that'll be a very long time to count, Liam.
No. A lot of teams always show up.
Yes, I'm just gonna say it's a lot of teams. So yeah.
So, but I'm pretty sure you guys. Oh, Alex just answered my next question. I was going to say you guys have a. I know you guys have a tune up before balling on the beach, which is the PSD tournament, right?
oh yeah,
So you're just gonna. So that's gonna be a pretty competitive one too. So you guys. So what is your? Without giving away your secrets, I say this all the time. Without giving away your secrets, how you guys are preparing to for this tournament to right the ship from Memorial Day to get you prepared for balling on the beach. I know you guys don't. I know Justin, you don't like to look past a tournament to the next one. I know you don't like to do that, but I'm just throwing that out there. I know you.
I mean, personally, I've been training really hard strength training. I just got cooked in the weight room recently. Um, I've been working
Um,
on my
one,
ball handling
one
and
second.
being. Oh, yeah.
Sadie, I'm putting you in timeout for 15 minutes.
Wait,
what
what?
is Seti doing?
Man, his comments are not what this show is about. So he's in timeout right now.
Okay, continue.
But like I was saying, I've been doing a lot of strength training and basically working on the things that I needed to work on last weekend. Um, I've been using my body better, as in like being more physical with my dribble and going into people, because I am getting stronger and I'm getting taller. So I just, like I said, I need to be better, but I'm getting there. And by the time we're playing balling on the beach, I think I'm gonna be there.
Okay. All right. But as your Liam,
Yeah,
Bowling Beach is gonna. You said this is gonna be your first time.
yeah, it is.
It's a
So
lot.
Justin's been there. So I know you can prepare him for that. But what advice can you give him in his preparation for it, Justin?
Uh, I think you just train as much as you can. Train 2 times harder because the competition is going to be 2 times better. So you really have to prepare yourself mentally as well, and like have a routine, and get back to what you do, and that's bodying people and rebounding. So do that, and honestly, you have a good shot if our whole team shows up.
Y'all can get them to show up. Y'all can get them. Sometimes I need that peer motivation. You know, right, Carlos?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that peer motivation. Sometimes they may need Liam to or you to jumpstart them.
Yep.
I don't know. You're on a national team that plays nationally against competition. You can be replaced if you don't want to play up to speed. There's a lot of players that will kill to be in that spot that
Yeah,
aren't playing on national teams
Most definitely.
for
that
sure.
will show up and give their best effort. So talk talk to them like that.
Yeah.
Shit. Dude, it's a privilege to play on a national team. Not all right.
Yeah, it
Most
is.
definitely. It's earned, not given.
Exactly.
Whoa,
What?
Exactly.
chat.
Man, who is these people?
Oh, what?
I can't.
No,
It's going crazy right now.
no.
What?
What is that?
Chat's going crazy right now.
No, what?
The most bans we had so far
that's
This
that's
is
ever.
this is
bad.
the
That's
first this is the first
bad.
show where I had
Yeah, the first
oh
time ever where we banned somebody from
no,
chat.
Steady was just put on timeout for about 15 minutes. He'll be back. But
That was bad.
this one's not coming back for that.
Dude,
That was bad. I saw it right now.
This one's
oh
not. This one's not coming back for that comment.
no, that was unrighteous, bro. I
Um. So let's. Before we get into your footage, shout out to Baltimore Bruce. He wants to know if you work on your footwork.
Footwork.
Oh well, I guess the question was for. I don't think it was for Carlos, but it's for both for you two.
Yeah.
yeah
I guess
Yeah,
Liam, since you're the guest, you go first. I don't know if you work on your.
yeah, I work on it pretty often whenever I'm training or practicing. You know, you're
All right.
gonna need it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that windmill that he did on his buddy.
I promise
He knows that he works on his footwork.
it, dude. I well, I mean,
No, Carlos. You see that laugh right there was Justin wants to tell me about myself so bad, but he's being respectful. That's what that laugh meant right there. He was like, "Dude, I want to say
Yeah.
something about you right now." He's like, "I want to say something so bad, but I'm gonna be respectful." That's what that laugh meant. It's all fun and games, J2.
I know. I'm
We know.
joking.
I know you a dog. I know you a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got windmilled on though. I'm not afraid to say that.
But what is so do you work on your footwork? I know Carlos put up the about his strength training just now when they finished answering the first question.
Yeah.
Kudos, Carlos.
Hmm?
Carlos, woohoo!
Carlos.
He wants you to answer two questions at once, Justin.
Kudos.
Two question once.
Kudos.
Okay, I'm gonna put
But
the first one up and then answer that one, and then I'll put the second one.
but his if you go on his but if you go on I'm not answering it for Justin, but if you go on his Instagram, that if you look at his training videos, that'll answer the question for you, Bruce, on Justin.
Yeah, but on my post moves, I'm probably working 2 hours on 2 foot moves. I recently started doing this a lot more, but fadeaways, step throughs, just working on my footwork and like getting around the defense better. Which I can hit those shots, so that's what I'm working on. And obviously for strength training, I'm doing my sleds. I'm doing a lot of plyometrics, 30-inch box jumps for a minute, just lots of stuff like seated pistol squats with 10-pound weights, just stuff like that. Medicine ball jumps.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right, but y'all ready to get into? Let's get into the footage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get into the first one. This one's about 7 seconds long, and so what we're gonna do is this is your footage. So after we play it, then you'll give your thoughts on it. And since Justin is kind enough to join us on this show, your best buddy can give his thoughts on it as well.
Kudos.
Y'all ready?
You're getting
Go,
good, bro.
Kudos.
go Knicks!
Go Knicks. Boom.
Oh, my boy got an outside shot. No, I'm just kidding. So, give us a rundown on that one.
So I'm pretty sure it's the play before. The play before, a guy got stepped up, hit a three, celebrated in my face. So when I got the ball back, I just got it right back, and I'm pretty sure that was to seal the game too.
See, told you. Said he was coming back. He was suspended. I mean, he was on timeout. That was like a slap on the wrist. Said he quit talking about, you know what?
Some weird stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you even say?
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about that. Um. Oh, did you want to give any comments on that, Justin? Before I go to the next one, or Carlos?
No, not really. It was a good shot. It was chicken. I think that's what it is.
Okay, Carlos. Before I go into the next one,
That was a pretty good shot. Yeah, that was a pretty good shot.
Carlos, no, he hit about 7 of those in one half one time.
One half chill. So 7 and 1/2 is crazy.
All right, fine. He hit 6.
Well, and I did hit 5 threes in one game. I'm just gonna say
That's
that.
good.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
that was
a
the best game.
So he's trying to give people kudos, and then they just then just go to the next clip.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying
J2
to get,
deserves kudos.
trying to.
kudos.
I gave him a bunch.
Kudos,
I give
Liam.
him kudos all the time.
Yeah.
But it's your show, Liam. See, before I play it, see, he always see he's a good friend. He's his show, but he's still deferring to. I did not mean to click that. I clicked it while I was talking.
It's the wrong clip.
I clicked it while I was talking. See, that's what's so great about going live. No,
Yeah.
but that's why I say, Carlos, they're great friends. See, it's his episode, but he's still giving kudos to Justin. See,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Kudos, Liam.
Great
Kudos to
teammate.
Justin, bruh.
Kudos,
Oh,
Liam.
He's
Inside
still
joke.
Y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it. I don't know what was better, the pass or the shot. What did you like better, Carlos? The pass or the shot?
the shot, obviously, and I love
Yeah.
it.
Shout out to the He's giving a shout out to the guests. I like that.
Ooh.
Who was that dropped that dime to you?
Nico,
Yeah, his name's Nico
our second point guard, for the Storm at least.
for
Not for
7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade Storm. We were playing up that tournament.
Shout out to Nico.
Yeah, shout out Nico. Kudos, Nico.
Kudos to me.
Kudos Nico. Kudos J2.
All right,
Kudos,
you ready
Liam.
for your first highlight reel?
Yeah.
Well, this one's not really a highlight reel. This one's about 23 seconds long, though. Let's get into it.
And the thing was the same clip, but like
Yeah.
it was
It
like
was a
more
longer
extended.
version.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
So
I think it was the same thing.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Lorenzo said, "What's up?"
What's up, Lorenzo?
Um, Alex said, "Y'all." I think I mentioned it that y'all are playing up that tournament.
Yeah.
That's what you guys should have been talking about. That was for that last clip. So give us all right, give us more detail about that clip. And like the tournament, the opponent, how the game went, and all that.
So there's not really much about the shot. I think we were still up by a bit, and that just grew the lead. The team we played wasn't that good. They're pretty bad,
But
but
they're
they
Yeah,
kept it close throughout the game. So
give your opponent some type of respect. Yeah, we were up by 30 on this clip, man. They were trash, man.
Trash.
They couldn't man, they couldn't guard a chair. It was just a layup line. It was just rebound outlet, open three, rebound outlet, lay. It was just a layup drill, coach. Man, we got good cardio that game. I was saying hi to the baddies in the third row. Shout shout out to Jordan Poole. No, I'm just kidding.
that was J2 the whole game.
Oh,
not me though.
Nah, I mean, show
Nah,
go.
I'm talking to the people on the court.
No, J2 be trash talking them.
Yeah, kudos, Liam.
You gonna give me
Kudos,
this much
J2.
play? Like, bro, come up. Like he'll be dribbling. I've seen him do this on some of his showcase clips. He'll be dribbling like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And if they don't come up, like, okay,
Pull up. Boom. Yep.
pull up on.
Hand down, man down. Yep.
Always green. Keep it that way.
All right, y'all ready for this one's highlights from your Memorial Day tournament?
All right.
All right, this one's 57 seconds long, so just relax and enjoy the highlight reel. That last one, that's gonna be a dunk in a couple years. Didn't he
Yeah.
rise up like he was just like he was gonna put him on a poster?
Yeah.
But I was feeling nice, so I didn't decide to, you know.
Oh, here we go.
You can't be feeling nice, especially with the camera on the baseline.
Oh, man, he's feeling nice. He said I was feeling nice, so I wasn't gonna boom on him.
Yeah.
Um, what was your takeaways from that clip, Carlos?
Those are some pretty good clips, and I like it.
Kudos.
Okay.
Kudos again.
Well, for y'all that's as asking that video had some music and commentary to it, but unfortunately we had to remove we had to remove the music for copyright reasons, but it ended up having to remove the the um the narration that was with it, the commentary, I mean, that was with it as well. Um, so if y'all was wondering why the video sounded like that, but go on Liam's Instagram, which is right there on the screen, and you can see it in its original version with the soundtrack to it and not. The video is raw though. I like it. So y'all got the backstory behind this picture here, based on that clip. Y'all got the backstory behind this picture here,
Yep.
I knew you couldn't bring that up.
and well, y'all had it. It was on slow mo too.
Yeah. They got on slow mo. That was tough, by the way. They made that slow mo. I
Shout,
like that.
give a shout out to the editor of that video though.
Yeah. The
Shout out
shout
to
out
the
to
editor.
the photographer, the videographer.
Big dog basketball.
Come on, Liam, give a shout out.
Yeah.
Give a
Shout out.
shout out. Give kudos.
Give it kudos.
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 Kudos, Liam, bro.
Alex in the chat, since Liam don't want to say, give a shout out to the creators of that video, of the original, because he doesn't want to give the shout out. I don't know why.
I don't really know like Instagram or nothing, so I didn't really know what to shout out.
Oh, he said he recorded that for you.
Nah, that's not
That-
the.
That's not him. It wasn't Seti. It was someone else.
Said don't be in here capping.
Nah, he.
He might have recorded some of the clips though.
No,
But
he's talking about a different one.
but what is the So that was a nice. So I like the way that video was put together though. I give you that.
That was.
But Justin, in the beginning of that video, man, what was you saying? He was like,
Yeah, I think I just told him, like, play better. Somebody. I was mad at somebody, bro. We ended up winning that one, but I was mad.
"Hey,
I don't
that's
even know why.
hey, being a leader. Hey, that's a good leader though,
Yeah.
man. Sometimes you got to dap them up, and sometimes you got to get in that, you know, Sometimes you gotta spit fire. Like the greats say, being a leader is not easy. Being a leader is not easy. It's not just on the basketball team. That's anything.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because you gotta make the decisions sometimes that are not popular.
Yeah.
So, and then and then if you get the praise when the team goes well, the opposite happens when the team is not playing well.
Yeah.
So that also comes with leadership. But we got one more clip.
All right.
I saved this one for last. This is the one I've been talking about all day. Y'all see in this clip, y'all gonna see a lot of Liam's all around game. And I made a comment on one of his posts that he had posted on his Instagram story when I said he's that glue guy that every coach love and that every coach hate to play against. And that's a lot of why you guys are on the same side of the screen, because that describes both of you guys. Like both
Yep.
of you guys are that player that coaches love to have on their team and hate to play against.
Yep.
Without further ado, and you're gonna see that pass that I was talking that I said that he kicked out to his wide open point guard that laced that wide open three, and had a legendary response.
All
Oh,
right.
Yeah, yeah. Fine, we're gonna stay in magic. Okay, Leo!
okay, Liam.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
assist by me and that bucket by Liam, that was like to seal the game.
Yeah.
Uh
3.
we got up by no, it was one. And then the
Oh
second one
yeah. Was up by 3.
steal, and then he passed you. That was by three. So you had two really big plays at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Shout out to Justin giving the rundown of the video.
Yeah. I
That's
know.
what's
Giving
up.
details. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have to ask any questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, kudos, man.
Kudos to both of y'all. And
Yeah.
you guys have very great on court chemistry together. I can see that. You guys know where each other is at on the floor at all times. That's something that you can't teach. You either have it or you don't. And
Yeah.
funny thing is, you guys haven't even been playing together for that long, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
since 2024, probably like
Yeah.
December, I think, because we played against each other actually at the best of the best
No, I
game.
think we played on the same team. I remember.
Was we were playing on the same team?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you had the puffy hair at that point.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we played on the same team.
Yeah, but that's when you guys met, and you met at Marcus McGee's Best of the Best Florida Showcase
South Florida. Yeah.
in South Florida. Yeah. Um, Carlos knows somebody that participated in that event.
Yeah. My brother. He participated in the one in Bradenton over at IMG. So
Mhm.
That's
yeah,
cool.
that was where it was originally at, the best of the best. You know, he was like, I think he was a part of like what the first time they did it or the second time. But
One of the first
yeah,
ones.
yeah,
That's when he was, but that was when he was young though.
Yeah, that was
Um,
when he was young, and then he got back at it again at IMG.
uh,
Yeah, and then he brought it down to South Florida, the best of the best, and you know he got it down to South Florida.
That's
I think,
cool.
but the last one you guys were was in what? You guys
That was
went to the West
I,
Side.
Big
yeah,
house.
Yeah, the big house, Tabris.
yeah,
So, but like I said, for you guys to have that you guys have court chemistry. Like you guys been playing on this together since you guys were like 5.
Yeah.
But you guys just, it's like you guys just had this like that chemistry just was like, bam, and you started at that showcase. You guys just and it translates over to the squad that you had now. So based on like that, you guys meeting at the best of the best tournament. I mean tournament showcase.
showcase.
Um, you guys had that court chemistry, and Justin, that led to Liam joining the Florida Rebels, right?
Yes.
So, 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 like I said, you go. That's what's great about these events.
Yeah,
Like you go to these events. You build relationships, and
yeah, you
it
meet new
leads
people.
to meet new people, and it leads to opportunities.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You take advantage of them.
yep.
So, ba- so I don't think we're going to take any calls on this show today, but um, I'm going to give Justin a chance to redeem himself.
Yeah, I'm ready to get my get back, boy. 20
But
push-ups.
You're
See
gonna do it again,
but
bro.
for
Hope you know
today,
that.
so Carlos,
Yes,
there's because of time,
yes,
there's two things we can do. We can
yes.
give them the trivia questions, or we can have them pick their all-time five, their all-time team with one reserve, and let the audience pick the winner. Which one do you think is which one you think would be better?
Hmm.
Trivia or have them pick their all-time five?
Censors a lot of people in the chat. Um, Probably the starting five if that's good with Justin and Liam. If that's good with you guys.
You guys want to do that or do you want to do
You
trivia?
want?
They
You want?
hate. They hate. I mean, yeah, we can do it.
I'm down.
All
Yeah.
right. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it like a snake draft.
All right.
Okay. Um, I normally do it by positions, but today we're going to do it. But you just going to pick
Oh,
your five and one reserve, regardless of position.
So like 6 man.
Yep, you're gonna pick your five and the six man. But you're gonna pick the first one, Liam. Then just pick the second one, and then we'll do it like a snake draft. So
So like,
that way,
wait, wait, go on.
all right. And Carlos will keep track of who's on what squad,
yes.
and one, and then the audience will vote. One will be for Liam, and two will be for Justin,
Uh,
and three, and then we're gonna throw a curveball. Three is I don't care who wins. I want to see them both do push-ups.
okay, well, everybody's gonna pick three, so
All right.
Justin's like that's not fair.
no, I'm trying to make you do push-ups, man.
And I'm not doing push.
All right.
Loser of this
So
still does 20 push-ups.
all right. So
Maybe.
Liam, you got the first pick. Everybody in their prime. You got the first pick.
Is it by positions?
No,
No,
just pick.
yeah.
We're doing it like an actual draft.
I bet.
You're building a squad from ground up.
All right. I want LeBron James, my first pick.
Oh, I got Michael Jordan.
Hold on, Justin. Justin, dang,
All right.
Carlos
So
got to.
Liam
So the
got LeBron.
first
Yeah,
pick, Liam got LeBron.
and then Justin
Hey,
said Michael
Justin,
Jordan.
your pick is
And
Michael
Jordan.
Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yes.
All right. Now it's a snake draft. So Justin, you get the third. Who's the third pick?
Uh, I think that I want Stephen Curry.
So he has Steph. All right, Liam, you have the fourth pick. Who you picking for?
I'm a pick. Let's see. I'm gonna pick Shaq.
Hmm,
You got
all right.
Shaq. All right, Liam, you also have the fifth pick. So who you're
All right,
picking at number
and
5?
now I want Magic.
You got
Magic.
Magic. Okay. All right, Justin, you have the seventh pick. Who do you have?
I think I want easy money sniper. I want Kevin Durant.
QD.
Okay. And who you picking with the eighth pick?
Um, Let me think. I think I want Hakeem.
Hakeem the Dream.
I think I want the dream.
All right, Liam, ninth pick. Who do you have?
I got Kobe.
All
Kobe.
Right.
right, that's
You got
cash.
Kobe at the ninth. All right, and who do you have at the 10th?
I want Tim Duncan.
You got Tim Duncan. All right, Justin, who you got at 11?
Hmm. I think I want. I think I want. Well,
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 yep.
damn.
All right,
All right, and how many is that? 10? I mean, five apiece.
yes, that's
that's
five
it.
piece.
Oh yeah,
All right, Justin, your final pick. Who you taking with your last pick?
My six man.
Yeah, your final pick. Who you taking?
Uh, I'll take me.
Oh, he's picking himself. That's what's
All
up.
Take me.
right.
That's what's up. All right, Liam, who you taking on your last pick?
then I'll pick myself if he picks himself.
He's good.
All
That's
right.
chicken.
No
Mismatch.
way.
Damn.
All right.
Now you can. Yeah, they're really good friends. They're the trash. All right, remind the audience of who's on whose squad.
All right. Justin got Curry, MJ, Kevin Durant, Wilt, Hakeem, and himself. Liam got himself, Kobe, LeBron, Magic, Shaq, and Tim Duncan.
Man, those are some killers. I'm glad I don't have to vote.
Let the
All right,
chat
one
decide.
for Liam, two for Justin. Who wins?
They don't count. Unless we both want to do push ups. Somebody's doing push ups.
It's gonna be you again.
Okay, wait. So who's one? Justin.
One is Liam.
One is Liam. Okay.
One is Liam. Two is Justin. They just want y'all to do push-ups, man. The audience is just crazy. They
No,
just want to see both of y'all do push-ups.
one, two, or three.
All right,
One, two.
but who's gonna win? Right now, Liam's in the lead. He has one. He
Yes.
has one vote.
Yes. What?
Said he's voted.
Why are people picking three? Push-ups.
Because they want us both to do
Because they
push-ups.
want them both to do push-ups. They
Ah.
don't. They don't. They don't care who wins. They just want them. They just want them to do push-ups. I
Okay.
care about who's winning.
All
Two.
All
right.
right, it's tied 1-1.
All right, Alex, go.
Okay, Seti. So Justin got Curry, MJ, Kevin Durant, Wilt, Hakeem, and himself. That's Justin's team. Liam's team is himself, Kobe, LeBron, Magic, Shaq, and Tim Duncan. That is Liam's team.
But Liam jumped out in the front.
Yeah, that's his mother, bro.
He's got. Well, your pops voted for you.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up?
but that's his mother. Like this is his show. Hold on.
But your pops voted for you. So what are you talking? What are you complaining about?
He's just might as well do push-ups.
And I like what Justin's doing. He put himself on mute.
All right.
Hey, all fair is you know.
7-game series.
Yo, who wins? That's the question.
My team wins.
No, no, it does not.
This is your show.
Bias attack. Hey, J2 kind of
Both of the teams are nice. That's why I'm glad I'm not voting.
I ain't voting push for both.
And your dad's a savage, Liam. He said he ain't voting. He just want both of y'all to do push-ups.
Curry.
But technically, Liam is in the lead 2-1 from the ones
He
that
said
actually
he voted
voted.
twice. I was like, he said 3.
We're not going to get any more votes.
I,
We're winding down.
I, and
Damn.
that's what it is. That's
Looks
what
like
it is.
Liam's going to beat you again, Justin.
No, because we weren't doing trivia. Y'all want?
0-2, bro.
Yeah, kudos to you, Liam.
You get kudos. You lost again.
But
Yeah, that's why. That's why I think
but everybody wanted both of y'all to do push-ups. So
Uh,
team 2.
Oh wait, hold on, hold on.
my
Uh-oh. Yeah,
Two.
my
last.
dad always does. I swear to God.
oh,
There we
Alex
go.
voted for team 2. Oh,
Team
so y'all
Yep.
2.
tied 2-2.
I
Uh-oh.
guess we have to do trivia.
So the tiebreaker,
It's
Carlos,
trivia.
you got to give them one trivia question. Whoever
Yes.
gets it right wins.
Yeah,
Make it hard.
think so.
Whoever, but whoever yells the right answer first wins. But you got to wait for Carlos to finish the question.
Okay.
Yes. All right. All right. So trivia question. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So you
right.
win.
All right. So let me go with something
Or should
tough.
we just give the fans what they want? They just want to see both of them bust out 20
Oh wait,
push-ups.
hold on. The chat.
No, it's already done. No.
The voting's done, or we're still going,
Yeah, the
Tony?
phone's been closed. It's been 2-2.
Ask the question.
Sorry, Mike Quinn.
Okay, question. All right.
No, wait. I got another vote.
Yeah, no, but
No,
it's just
no, but the voting is cut off.
Uh,
All
Ask
right.
sorry,
the question.
Mike. Y'all ain't gonna sell me out this one.
All right.
Still
All
out.
right. So as you know, OKC made the finals. All right. When was the last time they made the finals?
Oh, that was a good, ooh, that's a good question.
And I did mention this on the story, on the Be Ready Sports podcast story. I put something little like like be aware for this question, trivia question. So
Oh, I think I know.
okay, what is it?
Was it 2014?
No, it wasn't 2014.
All right.
wait, was it in the 2000s? Low key.
Yeah. So OKC was a team in 2008. So it's 2008 on. So when was the last time they made a championship?
2009.
No,
2010.
no,
No.
2011.
nope.
2012.
Yes.
Yep.
Just,
Wait.
2012.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
Justin
just
yeah,
got
start
it.
spamming years, bro.
Hmm?
yeah.
Hey, he played the rules. Is the first one who got the answer right.
Yeah,
So
2012.
Liam, you got to bust out your push-ups.
Yeah,
How
20
many?
push-ups.
20?
Let me see him.
Yep, 2012.
The guests are not holding too well when they get these competitions when their friends get on. They've lost every single episode.
I don't even know what to spam my phone, bro.
Mom,
Put it on the floor, I guess.
they
Listen, I'm just gonna.
they want to see a
Yeah,
push-up
yeah. There
competition.
you go. The voice back.
All right, let's see. 20. That's not a push-up. Diamond push-ups.
Kids with
Diamond.
that.
Hey, he didn't do you that way, bro.
The diamond push-up's crazy.
Yes.
He didn't do you that way.
3, 4,
Hey, but
5,
he a soldier if he can get 20 diamond push-ups
7,
though.
8, 9, 10, 11, all the way out. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 90 degrees, 19, 20.
90 degrees.
He said 90 degrees. They want to see a push-up contest.
Already there.
I do.
They want to see a push-up contest. All right, y'all.
Done. It's done.
All right, y'all. So, Liam,
Yeah.
you want to give your audience any final words? Give up any shout outs. Tell them how to find you.
My Instagram's linked under my name, so go check that out.
Really?
Go check that out. I don't run it.
I don't run it, but
You think they're gonna, if somebody don't know you, you think they're gonna check that out? Tell them how to find you, man. What is your social medias?
I really just have an Instagram, Liam Alf 3.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
As you can
And
see, his
J2,
handle.
how can How can your audience find you?
You can find me by my handle, just J2, or contacting my father, and or watching me play. And I promise you, I'll get buckets and play defense. So
Hmm.
that's me.
And
And yeah,
did, and or did you you said you had last time we was on the show you do have a YouTube, but you said you haven't. Did you figured out about getting that started back up?
yeah, we gonna get it started back up sooner or later.
All right, but guys, we're when I have these young guests on, we have a time limit. We try not to keep them on here longer than 2 hours.
Yes.
So we're like getting close to that. I mean, as this is what happens when these two get on the show, man. They're so great to talk to that we lose track of time.
Yeah.
Like we can keep. I know there's no school tomorrow. We can keep them on here forever, but nah, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Now.
We ain't gonna do that. So J2, thanks for coming back on. Like I said, we definitely gonna do this again. Liam, thanks for coming back on. We definitely gonna do this again. Especially we're gonna do this again probably toward the end of summer. Just give us a update on how your summer went, how you guys did in nationals and all that. Sound
Uh,
like a plan, guys?
yes.
Party about the end of July. We'll bring you both back on.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Uh,
I'll coordinate that with your parents. Um, Carlos.
You ready?
Normally I would do the. Remember, guys, like, share, subscribe.
Oh yes.
Like the video, share it so more people can see this episode. Go to and check out Justin's episode. Do the same. I believe he was episode what 12.
Somewhere down the line. You
I
you
think it was
can always
episode
check that out
12.
on the YouTube channel.
But
My
like
voice
and
is a little scratchy in that one.
share both episodes. Subscribe to the channel so you know anytime that we bring a special guest on. For the rest of this weekend, we have back-to-back football guests.
Yep.
So if you're
You.
a fan of football, tune in tomorrow. We have a kid on here who legit they call Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah. Tomorrow's guest is gonna be very interesting.
and this kid's a monster. He's a fourth grader, but he's already 5'3", pushing damn near 100 pounds.
Hmm.
So we're gonna have Storm Russo on tomorrow
Yep.
and Sunday. This kid's also he's a seventh grader going to eighth grade. Um, he's from North Carolina. He's played down here. He played for the Mac Dolphins, but now this year he started playing for his middle school, and he's already been playing against 14 and 15-year-olds and cooking them.
Hmm.
So that's going to be his
Sunday.
Instagram is TB2Speedy, but which y'all know him at, that's Tony Boyd Jr. So we'll have him on Sunday. So we got football on deck. So
Yep.
so before we get kicked off this show, while the timer's running down, count us out, Carlos.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Next will win.
Pacers.
To be
Next.
ready,
Pacers.
Next.
Pacers.
Next.
To be
guys,
ready,
to be ready,
You have to
Stay
stay
ready.
and we out.
and we out. Shout out to the
Pacers.
Knicks.
Shout out
I do,
next.
Pacers.
I do want the Knicks
Go
to
New York. Go New York.
go New York.